Hi, everybody. It's Professor Lynn Manzik, and today we are talking about typography fundamentals and introducing the book Thinking with Type by Ellen Lupton. If you're studying graphic design, you've probably heard of the book Thinking with Type by Ellen Lupton. It's one of those books that stays on your shelf long after school ends, believe me. And the design is beautiful. The third edition just came out with the updated content on diverse writing systems and inclusivity in design. Today, we're breaking down the letter section, pages 1 through 44, into 3 key takeaways that will change how you see typography. Let's dive in. Takeaway 1, we have to learn the vocabulary of typography. You can't talk about type without shared terminology. Lupton introduces the anatomy of letter forms, the technical language that lets designers communicate precisely about what they're seeing. Key terms from pages 1 to 44. Number 1, the baseline, the invisible line all letters rest on. Think of it as the floor of your typography. X height, the height of lowercase letters without ascenders or descenders, measured from the baseline to the top of a lowercase x. This affects readability more than you'd expect. Larger X heights read better at small sizes. Cap height, the distance from baseline to the top of capital letters. Note, round capitals like O often extend slightly above and below the cap height for optical balance. Ascenders and descenders, strokes that extend beyond the X height. Ascenders go up, for example, B, D, H, K, L, all lowercase. Descenders go down, lowercase g, j, p, q, y. These create a rhythm and word recognition. Bowl, the curved enclosed part of letters like B, D, O, P. Counter, the white space enclosed by a letter form can be closed like in O or open like in C or E. Counter size directly impacts legibility. Stem, the main vertical stroke of a letter. Arm, a horizontal or diagonal stroke not connected on one end. Think capital E, capital F, or the top of a K. Spur, a small projection on letters like capital G or lowercase a. This is a defining feature of the letter capital G. Terminal, the circular or tapered end of a stroke, not a serif. It's softer and more organic. Aperture, the partially enclosed opening of a letter. The capital G has an aperture, so does lowercase c or lowercase e. Why does this matter? Because you can't manipulate what you can't name. When you're critiquing work or adjusting kerning, these terms let you pinpoint exactly what needs to change. Takeaway 2. Classifications are starting points, not rules. Lupton covers the traditional typeface categories: serif, which are letters with small strokes at the ends. For example, Times New Roman, Garamond, Baskerville. Sans serif, letters without those end strokes: Helvetica, Arial, and my favorite, Futura. Script, handwritten or calligraphic styles. Display, decorative typefaces designed for headlines, not body text. But here's what Lupton emphasizes. These categories are, in her words, slippery at best. We're at a point in design history where typefaces don't fit neatly into boxes. Many contemporary fonts blend characteristics: a serif with sans serif proportions, or a script with monospace spacing. The third edition expands on this by including more diverse writing systems beyond Latin alphabets. This matters because 1, not all languages use the same letter structures. 2, classification systems developed for Western typography don't translate globally. 3, good design requires understanding context, not just applying labels. Practical application. When choosing a typeface, don't start with, I need a serif. Start with, what's the function? Who's the audience? What's the medium? Print, screen, environmental? What tone does the project require? Lupton's point, let function drive your choice, not category. Takeaway 3. Every letter form is a product of its technology. Lupton traces type design from the 15th century to today, showing how each technological shift changed what letters look like. Metal type. The 1450s to 1900s, letters were carved into metal punches. This created sharp serifs, high contrast between thick and thin, and physical limitations on how small or large type could be cast. Photo typesetting, 1950s to 1980s. Light projected through film negatives onto photosensitive paper. This allowed more flexibility in sizing, but still maintained many metal type conventions. Digital type, 1980s to present. Letters became mathematical outlines. Suddenly, designers could scale infinitely without quality loss, create variable fonts that adjust weight, width, and slant, design for screens and not just print, and access thousands of fonts instantly. The third edition adds crucial context about screen optimization, how pixels changed letter form design, variable fonts, single font files that can morph into multiple weights and styles, open source and Google Fonts, democratization of type design, non-Latin scripts, expanding beyond Western typography traditions. Why does this history matter? Because understanding where letter forms come from helps you use them intentionally. You're not just picking what looks nice, you're working with a 500-year conversation between technology and design. 3 takeaways from pages 1 to 44 of Thinking with Type. 1, learn the anatomy vocabulary. You can't manipulate what you can't name. 2, classifications are fluid. Let function drive your typeface choices, not categories. 3, technology shapes letter forms. Every design decision exists within a historical and technical context. This book is dense with examples. Lupton shows, doesn't just tell. Read it slowly. Look at the diagrams. Try the exercises on your own time. Typography is everywhere. After this, you're never going to look at letters the same way you did before. This class has ruined many a student, and now you will always notice kerning, spacing, font choices, bad font choices on every single sign you see, whether that's the numbered address on your building or a street sign. Questions? Drop them in the comments. See you next time.